Welcome to my beautiful studio. Yes.
Thank you.
I am a sacred intimacy guide. A lot of challenges.
Where did you move to?
I moved to Vegas.
Straight to Vegas?
Yes. I never heard about it.
Life doesn't want to give you that visa because everything was closed.
We are denying visas.
See, it's not as much about talent. It's about being persistent.
Yes, I pushed. I was leaving a horror movie, okay? I was in a very toxic relationship. I realized that I can make any place a place where I belong.
How do you deal with the loneliness here in terms of friendship, you know?
Yes, that is a very interesting question because that's exactly what my book is about. We live in an amazing era where it's just one phone away, one WhatsApp away. People say, oh, they don't want us, but that's not true. What this country doesn't want is lazy people that will take advantage of the system.
Are people more relaxed in Florida or in California? If you have a dream, you have to keep doing it. Keep going, keep dreaming. When you realize that the United States is the country, it's like melting pot, where you can make all your dreams come true.
It wasn't easy.
How did you make it happen? I mean, like, did you get a visa, you know?
Yeah.
I want you to explain the whole process for the people who, let's say, have the same idea. Oh, we want to go to the United States, how we can make it.
Yes, so it's not easy because as an immigrant, you have to go through a lot of paperwork, a lot of legal requirements, and a lot of challenges. I would say one of my biggest challenges was moving to a place where I felt like a zero. You know, like I had no connections.
Where did you move to?
I moved to Vegas.
Vegas.
Imagine Las Vegas.
To Vegas.
Yeah. Sin City, imagine.
Why did you choose Vegas?
Well, because at the moment I was dating a man who lived in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And so I first applied to an O1 visa because one of my clients in Colombia told me, you know what, you have the profile to be eligible to that type of visa. I never heard about it.
Talent visa.
It's also called a talent visa. I'm impressed that you know it about because many people don't know about that. I've been told it's the hardest one to get. This is the type of visa that celebrities, artists, or somebody with a very special gift, with accolades, or maybe in a business level, it's just somebody that is an outlier in their field, okay?
Yeah.
And then you apply, there's 10 categories, and then you need to be at least eligible for 3 of those categories to be a good candidate for that visa. So I applied for 5 of the 10 categories because those were the ones that I met. I didn't meet the other categories. And they would, at the first time, when we finished the process, they told me, this is not good enough. We need you to bring more support to each of these categories.
More proofs.
More proof, exactly. So, oh my God, at that point, we were already during the pandemic.
Oh,
imagine.
2019?
It was 2002 already. 2020, I'm sorry.
Okay,
yes,
20. So it was 2002.
2020.
Yeah.
And most of the places in Colombia were closed. You know, like all of these notaries where I could get stamps, legal documents. It was such a hassle for me to get them. I remember calling and calling, and also most of the people that used to work on those different jobs, they had already moved to a different company, so I couldn't reach out to them.
Did you have a feeling that life doesn't want to give you that visa because everything was closed?
No,
No?
no, I never did.
You never did?
In the contrary, I felt if I am here and life opened the doors for me to have my son here, and I had already attained his F1 visa,
Your son got
as a
the visa?
student.
Okay.
Yes, and he was already enrolled in the best school I could have ever imagined. You know, everything was so aligned that I refused to think that this was not on my best interest. You know, and I kept just going forward and forward. But I have to tell, it wasn't easy because at that point, the administration has already, the actual governmental administration had said, we are denying visas.
Oh, really?
It was that point in the pandemic. Do you remember?
You did apply for your son first, then for yours?
Yes.
And how did you apply for your son?
So my son did an interview. He was actually completing a 1-year experience in Australia studying abroad English.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then when he came back, he came with the highest level of English for bilingual. So he was just perfect. We made an interview. And after he wrote an essay and he passed, they said, okay, we're going to grant him the F1 visa. But I didn't even have the money to pay for that school.
Oh, my God.
So you know what happened? I said, my son is going to study in the best school in Vegas. So you won't imagine. They accepted him. They granted us the F1 visa. And when we went to the first week of our like induction process, the financial, the woman that was in charge of finances, she told me, oh my God, you're late for enrolling your son for financial aid. And I'm like, well, I was on the times that admissions had told me. And you know, I explained her our currency in Colombia is 5 times less than in the US. Just for you guys to know, in Colombia, like $1 is worth 4,900 pesos. You know?
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. So we were not having enough money to pay for my son. So, and I just arrived and I didn't have a job or anything. I just talked to her and told her, we need your help. And at some point she said, well, you know what? Let's just pretend that we had a committee here. And I'm just going to click on this mouse and you're going to have 50% off your scholarship for this year. Just make sure, gentlemen, that you keep your your scores high to keep your scholarship. And I'm like, thank you so much. But I had already envisioned this. I had already thanked God.
Look at you. You had the courage again to talk to her. You could just turn around and say, oh my God, what am I going to do? But you kept pushing, you know?
Yes, I pushed. And that right there was to me a miracle, you know? And that type of things were the type of things that I was reminding myself when things got tough during the pandemic. If this wasn't meant to be, you wouldn't be this far, you know? And that's how I talked myself into, let's keep pushing, you know? And finally, I get, I gather all of these documents, even from people that are not in those companies anymore. And then we submit again the proofs, and then like 2-3 months later they say, okay, granted. I'm like, okay.
See, it's not as much about talent, it's about being persistent and dedicated to your dream, right?
Yes. Yes. And remembering that life is always working for you.
Yeah.
You know, even though obstacles are going to come to test you, to test if you're ready, you know?
If you really want it.
Yes, if you really want this, okay. And then I got married, and then
In Vegas.
in Vegas, I got a green card through marriage.
To marriage.
But then, again, guys, I was living a horror movie. Okay, I was in a very toxic relationship after I moved in with all my cards on the table, my son. This relationship just turned out to be very manipulative, toxic. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a support system.
For how long did you know the guy before you married him?
So we had a long distance relationship for 2 years.
Okay.
And I thought I knew him. But, you know, there's one thing to treat a person at a long distance and see them now and for you, and then completely different thing is just to live with them.
Yeah.
And he will completely shift it. You know, when he was, you know, doors out, he kept being a very nice guy, socially brilliant. But when nobody was looking, he would completely change. He would be very erratic, very explosive reactions. I was afraid that if I would talk, I would have, I would lose my.
Talk about his behavior. You mean
Yes,
this one? Okay.
yes, because I was also afraid of him.
Okay.
So now I can tell you one of the benefits of living in the US is that as a woman, you have a lot of protection. I wouldn't have that protection in my country, but I didn't use that protection because I didn't know I had it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I kept myself silent, suffering for a long, long time until it became really bad, and then I had to just plan an exit to leave that relationship. I realized I had to get back the woman that I was because I lost myself in that relationship. And so through all of the things that I teach, I was able to find that woman again. That's why I told you the universe will test you. Like I have
It will.
You know what I've realized? Have you heard these stories from billionaires that they make it and then they get broke and then they make it again, they get broke? I feel that once I attained certain level, I was tested with so many things, you know, so I could go back to my practice, and with this type of practice, on alone, I was able to get out of there because I said, I know this works. I know I can get myself back. And that's what I did. I would not stop doing my practice, my meditation, my visualization, you know, feeling again that, by the way, I learned many things about living in Vegas. One of the most important things that I realized by contrast is by not having that. For instance, was the weather. It was a very harsh weather. So I'm like, okay, this time I'm intentionally going to manifest a place where I love the weather, you know? And then I heard a couple that said, well, on the winter time, we go to our winter home, which is not in Vegas. And I said, oh my God, wouldn't it be amazing to have two places where to live? So I envisioned myself living sometime in Florida and sometime in California.
Oh, so you live in two places?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know it. Okay.
Yes. And that's exactly what I'm living right now. Because during the summertime, Florida gets very humid.
Yep.
So we come here to California. And then in the wintertime, we go back to Florida. Welcome to my beautiful studio. Yes.
Thank you. And tell us now, what do you do for a living?
Okay, so I am a sacred intimacy guide, and I help people to turn heartbreak into the love of their life. What that looks like is immersive experiences or mentoring and coaching for people that have been through different love experiences, loss in relationships, toxic relationships, unconscious patterns. There's many people that have done the therapy, the work, and they still are finding these blockages. So I help them with somatic work.
Okay.
They release stagnant energy. I realized that the reason why therapy doesn't work on the long run is because you can intellectually understand, but it's not also important to rewire your mind. You need to rewire your nervous system and your body in order to really have a long-lasting change, sustainable.
Do people need to be present physically at your therapy, or you can do it online?
I have one program that is solely online. I've tried it with many people around the world and it's very effective.
Okay.
Nevertheless, the things that you attain online are different than in a setting. So I recommend people to have both experiences.
Okay.
Because when you're in a group, you see, it's like when you pray, it has been said that when you pray more than one, when two or more than people are praying or meditating in the same place, the energy and the frequency goes up. So the same happens when we are moving energy. It becomes a container and it's like a catalyzer. It just exponentially speeds up the process when there's so many people working in energy.
Okay. So I see those books. That's the book you were talking about, right?
Yes.
And it's is it, what is it, Spanish?
This is the Spanish version. It's called The Prison of Oblivion. How to go from inner solitude to sacred connection is right now being translated in English, and we believe with my team that within a month it's going to be launched in the market.
How do people can find this book?
They can find it in Amazon.
Amazon.
But the easiest way, if they go to my Instagram, to my profile, in the links, they will find access to the book.
Okay, amazing. How do people find you? Let's say people have some problems. Their psychotherapy doesn't work. And they're looking for something else. And that's what you do. How they can find you? Do you advertise yourself? Or how does it work in your world?
Okay, so right now there's 3 main ways through people can reach me. The first one is through social media. I am in Instagram with the handle by_MariaLu. Okay. The second one is through my website, www.bymarialu.com. And the third one is through events. Speaking engagements. So right now, my partner and I, we are co-creating a beautiful, immersive experience of one day. It's called the Love Hack event.
The Love Hack?
Yes.
Love Hack.
Like biohacking, but with love.
Love hacking?
Yes.
It's interesting.
And it's a one-day experience where we teach people how can they rewire their mind and their body through neurotantra, because he's a neuroscientist. He's specialized in neuroscience and hypnotherapist, and I've specialized in body somatic tantric work. So we're blending these two great body of work into one. It's called neurotantra. And we want to show people that everything is possible. He went through divorce like I did. He had a lot of pain like I did. And now we were able to create a completely different lifestyles. We offer immersive experiences we call Radventures.
Wow.
So we have a 1-year program where we have 3 different amazing immersive experiences. They're usually in Greece, in Bali, in Croatia. You know, we do 3 of them around the year.
Group program?
Yes.
Yeah, group program. Yes. How big are your groups?
Between 30 and 40.
Wow, it's a big group.
Yes, but it still gives us the space to work with each one of the participants.
Okay.
And then after we are together in this beautiful energetic container, we leave some home place for people to do back home so that they keep up in track, and then we meet back with them, and that's our 1-year program.
That's interesting.
Yes.
And they can find this program on your Instagram as well and your website?
No, we only offer access to that program in our event.
So you make a big event, then you propose this program. Okay. What does belonging mean to you now? Especially now.
Yes. Like you said, it changed. With time, I thought belonging had to do with a certain place, certain people. And now I realize that I can make any place a place where I belong, you know? And what I do is that I make sure that a house is not just a house. I will bring this feminine, warming, loving energy into the spaces that I live in. I have rituals, like for instance, with my husband, we try as much as possible to eat at the same time, to eat together. That's something that I bring from my culture.
Yeah.
Right? Having special friends coming over to our home, inviting them, connecting with people. But I've realized that the energy that you impregnate spaces are the ones who make you belong in a specific place. And as long as there's love and there's inner peace, you can create this anywhere, right? And also, I feel that some people thrive more in cold weather. Some people thrive more in hot weather.
That's true.
And it's just about knowing yourself a little bit and then honoring that without questioning it, you know? Like, I wouldn't like to live in places that are very cold. I know that.
Me either.
Yes.
I can't. I just can't handle it.
Right? I also love being outdoors. So I love connecting with nature. I also like to have friends. And also I have been cultivating my long distance relationships with my friends back at home and also making new friends.
How do you feel? Is it hard for you to find real friends in immigration? Because for me, I feel it's not like really hard, but it's still hard. And I don't know why. Is it like cultural difference? Maybe I don't have time because everyone has a family, you know, at my age. Or it's something else. What do you think about it?
I think it has to do a lot with the culture. Here people are like in their own thing, you know? They don't get time to gather. And I think that in other countries, like European countries, I know Italians,
Ukrainians,
Spanish people, Ukrainians, now I'm learning from you. Right?
Yeah, we have big families. We like to communicate. We have a lot of people on the streets. We communicate all the time.
It's cultural. We are the same.
Yeah.
So we're more warming. Here everybody is like in their own thing. So I miss that a lot.
How do you deal with the loneliness here in terms of friendship, you know?
Yes, that is a very interesting question because that's exactly what my book is about. We'll talk
really?
about that later.
Oh.
Yes. It's how to go, it's called The Prison of Oblivion, how to go from inner solitude to sacred connection. So after living in the US for so long and feeling lonely, I realized we're never lonely. We it's only when we feel disconnected from the divine that we start feeling lonely. So in that way, I started cultivating things that made me feel connected, like with the higher source or the creator. You know, even when I cook food, if it's just for my partner, I'm doing that with love. I'm connecting to the creator through that ritual. Even when he comes back home and I just take a moment and I acknowledge him, you know. Having quality conversations with friends that are not here, or even with people that I start meeting here, it's actually more important. And then I just feel that once you feel connected with the divine or with God, you don't feel lonely anymore.
Interesting.
You don't feel lonely. You feel that the universe has your back, and then when you're with people, you're more present. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But still, if you wanna have a girl night out,
Yes.
what would you do? Would you call your friends back in Colombia, or you have some friends from Colombia here, or you have American friends here?
So now I have a dear friend in Naples, where I live part of the time.
Naples?
Yes, Naples, Florida. And she's Colombian. And she has introduced me to some of her girlfriends that are Colombian also, but some of them are from other parts. And I'm just starting to do that tribe. I started in Naples. We have been less time in Santa Barbara. But I know that as I get my work out there, I know that my tribe, the ones that resonate in the same frequency, will start coming up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you think that people from Florida are easier to connect with than people from California, or vice versa? Who's easier to connect with you, you know? You know what I mean? Because
for me so far, it depends.
Because I feel that Los Angeles is so big and people are changing constantly. That's why it's hard to build a quality relationship with somebody.
You're right.
And like other states, people are staying there for a longer time.
Yes.
So for me, that's how I feel. I don't know. I haven't lived in Florida, you know. That's why I'm asking you. How does it feel for you?
I feel that it depends a lot on the city, but in Florida, there's a lot of nightlife. You know, people go
in
a
Naples,
lot.
especially Naples. Yeah.
Yes, they go out to restaurants. They hang out with friends. We have the beautiful beach. You know,
are people more relaxed in Florida or in California?
I think they're more relaxed here.
Here?
Yes, that's interesting. In Santa Barbara.
In Santa Barbara.
Yes, I don't know in it. Probably not in LA. What I mean by relax is that when I go to, let's say, Pilates or gym, people are less makeup. Over there, they're more like aesthetical made up. Does that make sense?
Okay, I got it.
Yes, you get me?
Yeah,
like that vibe?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which is a very similar vibe in some parts of LA.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Maybe because it's a smaller place and people like feel they have to more dress up because they know each other.
Yes.
And here everyone is spread out.
Yes.
So you don't know if you're gonna meet somebody or not. In the smaller places, you know for sure that you're gonna meet somebody.
So now, between the tea and the chocolate,
I don't drink coffee, so MariaLu proposed me a coffee. I don't drink coffee, so I asked for a tea. And then she seduced me with a chocolate. So I chose chocolate.
Yes.
Tell me about this. It's a chocolate corona, traditional.
Yes. Now let's tell people that they're not paying us to say that. But this
Too bad.
Yeah, too bad. I get this through Amazon. It comes straight from Colombia. Okay. And it's a very special drink because it's just cacao, chocolate in a warm milk, right? And in Colombia, you won't believe what we put inside of this. So it's a very hot cup of chocolate, and imagine putting like mozzarella cheese, little pieces inside, and then we get it out, and it's just like melting. And
You
it's
put
the
it in
most
chocolate?
inside.
Mozzarella cheese.
Yes.
Little pieces of we have
And it melts, and it's so good.
I never tried it.
We don't have that here, but we have the chocolate.
I'll make it at home with mozzarella.
So see how it comes out.
I smell it.
Lots of milk today here.
Really good.
Really
It's
good.
much more better.
Because we're going to cook them in the delicious.
We're warming up. We cannot boil.
Okay, guys.
Oh my god, I love it. Cheers.
Cheers. What do you think?
Now we have a place in Santa Barbara.
Yes.
Where we can drink chocolate.
Yes. Yes, you are
Handmade chocolate.
invited.
Hot
You just
chocolate.
tell me. I really want you guys to try it.
If you could bring one positive change to the immigrants, what would it be?
I will tell them to keep dreaming. I will tell them to persist, and I will also encourage them to remember that what they have is very valuable for this country. Is what makes this country rich in terms of culture, values. In difference, we find a lot of richness. So sometimes we feel things are getting challenging, that is hard. But then just remembering that we have a lot to offer here, and that people love our authentic flavor, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Especially Americans, they
Yeah, they
love
do.
that. They're very appreciative of colorful and ethnic qualities, and so we just are so used to it that we don't value that.
Yeah.
So
How long did it take you to achieve your initial goal, to get this life in immigration? What do you think? How many years do people need to spend here to feel at home and to be successful?
I think that happens for every single individual in very different ways. To me, to get the visa for being able to work here, defying all odds, because remember, I came during the pandemic. They were not giving visas, and still, with that being said, within 7-8 months I got it, a permit to live in the United States. So imagine if I was able to make it in 8 months during that time. It's possible. I know that there's a lot of negative energy going on because people say, oh, they don't want us. But that's not true. What this country doesn't want is lazy people that will take advantage of the system.
Yeah.
You know, this is a very generous system that will cover a lot of people's needs. But if you're a hard worker, if you have talent, you have nothing to fear. And so I think we need to redirect our energy in a positive way, bringing our value, our strengths, and remembering that this is a country that is made up of immigrants. So we just want people that work, people that are talented, and people that bring value. As long as you're valuable, you're moving the economy wants you.
No, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So nothing to fear.
What should they do if they feel lonely here? Let's say you're trying so hard, you're trying different ways, and still you cannot make friends, and you feel lonely, and you have this thought, maybe should I come back to my native country, you know? What would you advise to do in this situation? To give up, to come back, to stay, whatever. What do you think?
I will tell them to build a support system with friends that they have back home, family that they have back home. We live in an amazing era where it's just one phone away, one WhatsApp away. You know, we have never been so blessed, so close to each other. And if you need a little recharge, you can always go back home for a month, for 15 days, get some loving, and then come back. You know, this is helpful for us. But as long as you are in connection with people that ground you, that listen to you, that love you, that will give you enough nourishment to keep going and going until you finally settle your own roots here, and then you get to find your own tribe here.
What are the best places to go to find your people? I mean, like, I know you can go to the churches. What else would you recommend?
I feel that when you join communities that are around your same interests, you will find people that are very aligned to you. Let's say coaching programs, you know, in personal growth, you always find people that are into that. In a retreat, in a workshop, if you want to develop more in a relationship or in your business, and you find like-minded events, even like we met, you know, through an event, you will find people there. Also, activities in like hobbies, you know, it could be a country club. Okay, you don't have the money to go to a country club. You can subscribe yourself to a fitness center, and you will find people that are into fitness, and find places where hobbies and interests are alike.
What I know that the main reason why people feeling isolated is because of the language barrier. Did you have that barrier, or you had a good English back in Colombia? If you, I don't know. So
That's a very good question. I had the privilege to study in a bilingual school since I was 5 years old.
Okay.
So I studied the second language since I was 5 until I graduated at 18. Nevertheless, I didn't keep practicing it other than with American clients that I used to have in my country. And this was something that was holding me from speaking, you know.
you go. Yeah.
And now I am becoming a speaker in stages. And I had to talk to myself into remembering that it's not so important what you say, but how you say it. And people can also feel your energy. And I think that energy bypasses the level of perfection that you can have in a language. Does that make sense? So
Yeah,
people
it does.
speak the love language wherever you go.
Yep.
So
That's
by
true.
me reminding myself this, I was able to overcome this thing. Oh, I'm not good enough to speak on a stage, you know.
Yeah, it's a big step. I had to overcome this fear as well. Even doing these interviews, it's my fourth language, you know. Wow. So I had those doubts, those fears, and till now, people are still leaving the comments that I'm not good enough. I have an accent. I make mistakes. If you have a dream, you have to keep doing it.
Keep going.
Keep going. Keep dreaming.